How it's made: insulating and cladding a boiler. To begin with, large rolls of insulation wool are transported in the working space. The first phase is to cover the entire boiler using insulation wool. The material is cut so it covers every part of the boiler that needs to be insulated. The material is cut so it covers every part of the boiler that needs to be insulated. Then the cut parts are attached to the boiler using long tie wraps. To reduce heat loss, 2 layers of insulation are needed for the boiler, so a second one is put over the first layer and is attached in the same way. Don't forget where holes like these are after you cover them with insulation. Mark them or cut them out immediately. Time for the next step: cladding the boiler. First, all plates are put on a table. This makes the measuring and cutting process easier. Some holes have to be measured and cut on the table because this is not possible while the plate is hanging from the boiler. Then the cut plates are put on the boiler from top to bottom. A pop rivet gun can be used to attach 2 plates together. It can be easier to cut small holes using a metal cutting scissor when the plate is already on the boiler like this. The next step is to keep the plates in place by tightening them using a strapping tool. This prevents it from moving when the last plates are attached together. Keep in mind that there has to be an overlay between all the plates that are placed. The overlay has to be 5 centimeters or 2 inches on every side, like this. To keep an eye on detail, make sure you place the plates in a different way as the one next to it, as is shown here. When everything is in place, it's time to attach them together using the pop rivet gun we used before. Drill 2 holes next to each other and pop a rivet in them. Cladding this part of the boiler is a little bit more advanced. To start with, this first an aluminum L-shaped corner of 15 by 13 mm is attached to the plate. The plate on this side needs to stick out 10 centimeters or 3.9 inches. The end of this plate has to be in line with the end of the plate from the inner tube, as shown right now. To insulate this, cut parts of this size and see if it fits the gap. Important here is to cut a hole all the way through the insulation material aligned with the end of the plate on the inner tube here. Do this all the way around because this will be used to prevent the plates from moving. Now cover everything up with insulation wool. Then a plate is cut with roughly the same arc as the boiler and is placed in the cut we made earlier with the knife. Draw a line like this to cut the plate in the right shape. Now put the cut plate in its place. Shove it a little behind the other ones so you have a nice overlap. Finally, you connect this part to the L-shaped piece of aluminum using the pop rivet gun. Last but not least, the finishing touches. These long aluminum strips are used to cover up the edges from the plates. First, attach one side to the boiler by drilling 2 holes in the bottom and putting rivets in them. Then overlap it, drill a hole, and attach them together. Finally, cover the remaining holes by cutting the sheets to size and attaching them to the boiler. Do this for all holes and spots that need some coverage. This was How It's Made by Ketel Isolatie.